Good afternoon. Obviously, I would like to start by making sure that I say I'm incredibly appreciative of this opportunity to be able to stand before you today, representing the University of Wisconsin, our football program, and this Big Ten. Obviously, this is the way I grew up, obviously being a Big Ten guy, and it's humbling to be able to stand before you and represent that, and also understand the responsibility that in which I have representing the University of Wisconsin, the traditions, and all the things in front of me. That's something that is motivating to me on an everyday basis, and I know that for our program as well, it's upholding those traditions is something that's incredibly motivating to all of us. Start by saying a little thank yous, obviously, to Commissioner Tony Petitti, his staff, AJ, and the crew, obviously for all that they do, their leadership, their patience, but in particular their commitment to not only just college football and the Big Ten and keeping us obviously up front in the forefront of this race, but also in the entire Big Ten, of understanding these landscapes and making sure they continue to move us forward. They've done an unbelievable job keeping us abreast to all the things that are continuing to change on a weekly and daily basis. To the media, not just for being here, but for what it is that you do for college football, really the stories, the people. I think it's easy to recognize the game, but the people that are within, you do an unbelievable job of highlighting them and getting the stories out, and I think that's what makes college football the most exciting sport out there. To our AD, I don't know if he's out here, Chris McIntosh, his partnership and his leadership is really important to me and our program as we continue to move forward, but I think his leadership really leading that whole department in 23 varsity sports in this trying and unique time. I don't think this is anything that a lot of these ADs signed up for and recognized what they were going to be involved with and what it is that they continue to do, not just with college football, but all things college athletics in particular within their universities. Those guys, they do an unbelievable job, and Chris does an unbelievable job for us. And not last but not least, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to my wife, Amy. We celebrated 25 years this past few weeks ago, and the rock of our family and all that I have an opportunity to do is because of her. And I've been in this business for 25 years now, and she's been with me from being a GA to first job at the University of Akron to picking up and moving a family and 6 kids halfway across the country. Obviously, with all of us coaches, it takes some special people behind the scenes to give us an opportunity to do what it is that we do. University of Wisconsin is and will continue to be a traditional football program in every way possible. I know this is a transactional world that we all know about, and we continue to enter, especially since July 1 with this new revenue sharing, but it's really critical and important to me in all that we do and the way that we continue to grow and the things that we got to be able to do, and even in the changes, that we focus upon the traditional things that has made the University of Wisconsin, the football program, great, and we need to continue to build upon those things. And it starts with high school recruiting. I think we recruited 21 high school kids last year. We'll still continue to be the philosophy in our traditional mindset, but really it comes down to a trust and respect from within our program, whether it starts in recruiting and all that we do. It's about relationships. That's not going to change even though we are entering into this transactional world. And it's really about development, the development of 18 to 22-year-olds in all that we do. And I think that's where some of this, in this new era and what we're working and continue to work for in the last 3-4 years and moving forward, for me and for us, I know that it's really important for us to make sure that we continue to focus upon the traditional things that has made Wisconsin great and will continue to make Wisconsin great. And that kind of leads me into 3 of those guys to represent us that are here today. We actually have a leadership group of about 14 guys. And to be honest with you, that's where the strength of our program lies. What's going to continue to move us forward, I don't know that is just in the 3 guys that are here, but it's in this group of 14 guys that really the strength of our program and where our leadership is. 3 guys will represent us, or they're here today to represent us, and they've done a phenomenal job. On the defensive side of the ball, we've got graduate Rico Holman, cornerback from Miami, Florida, from University School in Miami. Rico will be a 3-year starter. He's done an unbelievable job. I think going into this year, he is as prepared or more prepared than he has been in the last 3. And 2 years ago, he was a third-team All-American with 7 interceptions. And Rico is a big part of, kind of the revamping and some of the things we've done differently defensively for us in our program. The next one is Jake Renfro. Jake is, again, a graduate. He'll be a returning starter at center. He's Chicago, Illinois, Providence Catholic kid, and he will anchor that offensive line along with Riley Mallman, Joe Brunner, who are 2 other guys that are returning starters, 2-year starters and a 3-year starter. They kind of anchor that offensive line, and wish I could have both of those guys with us here today as well. But those 3 guys are really the core of our offensive line, but not just our offensive line, of our offense and a lot of the leadership of our entire program. And that's a great place to start. And the third guy with us here today is Billy Edwards Jr. Billy is a graduate as well, obviously a quarterback from Lake Braddock High School in Northern Virginia, a son of a high school football coach. He comes to us from the University of Maryland. And in this unique world, I think Billy came to us in January, and I can honestly tell you that since the day he's walked in the door, it's a new era, right? And he was walking the door, taking the keys to a new offense in a lot of ways, and everything within our program is earned. So that's a unique situation, and I can tell you that Billy has walked in, humbled himself, embraced all things Wisconsin, has done an incredible job at earning the role as a leader in all that he's done, from the way he's worked, and then as he's continued to grow, and his voice is becoming more and more of a leadership voice in everything that we do. He's done an unbelievable job, and will obviously be the leader of a group that is probably one of the bigger changes that we're experiencing now. That's the leadership group. Those 3 guys will represent that group of 14 guys that really, for me and for us, is what is key for the growth for where we're headed and what it is that we're doing. Last year was not the standard, right? And it's pretty obvious to be able to say, and really we're talking about the way that we finished last year. That's not the standard. That's not the expectation by any ways. I was not brought here thinking that that's in any way what it is that we expect at the University of Wisconsin. But I'm not here to dwell upon last year either. But what last year does do is it gives us an opportunity to be able to self-reflect. It gives us an opportunity to recognize things that we need to continue to be able to change. And I think that's what was most important as we attacked December and January for us in our program. That's where everything started. It's pretty easy to kind of pinpoint some of the changes that we've made, right? Whether it's offensively, there's some difference defensively, just size and some things that we had to be able to address and do. But what it really came down to in some of the changes that we had to make was we had to get back to what has and what will continue to make Wisconsin an unbelievable place and an incredible football power and give us a chance to play for championships. And a lot of people would say, what is that, running the football, that's getting back? No, that's a part of things. But what it really comes down to is our ability to get back to what I would say is complementary football. And I don't mean complementary football in a way that everybody would define complementary football on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday night. It's much deeper than that. When we talk about complementary football for our team and our program, it's something at the core of what it is that we have to be able to do. It's something that as a team and as a program has to be something that we live on a daily basis. And we kind of define, and we will continue to define, what complementary football looks like to us at Wisconsin. And it's really more than 3 phases, it's 4 phases. It's offense, defense, special teams, and a culture to the way that which we do things. And our ability to embody that as a program, and I don't just mean that on Saturdays, I mean that as in everything that we do, and recognize and understand how each and every one of us feeds off of one another, and the things that we have to do in order to be successful, the sacrifices we need to make for the good of the whole, is more important than just to sit here and talk about what we've changed offensively or the things we've changed defensively or what your expectations are. It becomes back to a process that started in December, has gone through January, and has been a big part of some of and a lot of the changes, whether it's faces or people within our program. And so I can honestly sit here and tell you that we're really excited. 6 days from now, we begin camp, and we begin this 131-day journey. That's 131 days from the time we start camp to the end of the regular season. to put to the test of the things that we've implemented, from the leadership ideas to what complementary football looks like, and what's going to give us the greatest opportunity to get back into a place where Wisconsin's playing for championships. And so that's the exciting time for us, and at this point in time, I'll open it up for some questions.
We'll do one question for Coach.
Good afternoon, Coach. Mike Makita, Reddit CFB. You have an uncommonly challenging schedule this season. Is there anything you're doing differently to prepare for the variety of challenges you have on the schedule this season?
Well, thank you, Mike. Captain Obvious. You know what? Guess what you signed up for, right? And like I've said to our guys in the past, this isn't the Big Ten West anymore. And I can honestly say with that schedule has brought upon probably a lot of the changes that which we have, right? Whether that's guys that are no longer with us or guys that are with us today. The great thing about that schedule is pretty easy to be able to lay it down right in front of everybody, whether they were coming back for their 5th year or 4th year, or guys that were coming into our program, a guy like Billy Edwards, right? This isn't the NFL where they lay out the schedule sometime in April. Everybody knows what they signed up for, and everybody knows what they stuck around for. And the beautiful thing about that is we've been able to embrace that. We've been able to say, hey, this isn't going to be an elephant in the room. We understand what being a part of the Big Ten, what being a part of this conference. And in order to be at the top and to be the best, you got to compete and you got to beat the best. And so it gives us a challenge, but an unbelievable opportunity in front of us as well.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.